Eisen, just to follow up, how do we encourage the community? And we spoke about this last night a little bit. You had some ideas. How do we encourage the community to focus on the singles, reading shidduchim, whether it's shatchanim or the rest of the community, to focus on the singles who are in the upper 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s?
You know, I want to tell you, this problem of aging singles is humongous. It's tremendous. Everybody, if you speak to Shatchanim, everybody wants to be Meshadach, the 19-year-old, the 20-year-old, the 21-year-old, and it's very attractive to deal with younger clientele. In my shul, I have an individual, we'll give him a shout out, Rabbi Mordechai Blaustein. He came to me with an idea and said, we have to do something in our shul. There are people in our shul that are a little bit older, not necessarily in their 40s, not necessarily their 30s, but in their high 20s. We have to do something. And you know what we did? We galvanized together. My wife should be well and other very dedicated women in the Kehillah. And they had a Matzah Shabbos open house, and it was structured well, it was planned well. And you know what? And mothers came, and the girls came, and some mothers came representing boys. And you know what came out of that? This happened sometime in the winter, and there was supposed to be follow-up towards, as we were marching towards the, Purim time, and that never took place. But I want to tell you, one woman in her 40s is now married because of that initiative. One woman. And had we had more time, and had we had more involvement by perhaps a larger group of women, who knows? I think that the way to do this is at every single shul, every single little world into itself. Every shul is in the world into itself. If it's not large enough to do such a thing, let them pair up with another shul, another small shul. And every shul must take achrayas for their own. And then all of a sudden, chaver the chaver islay. They look inside their circle and they say, okay, there's nothing appropriate. Let's look a little bit outside the circle. Did somebody make any suggestions? And you bring people, and this is a perfect case in point. Somebody came, they were in their high 30s or 40s, and the shidduch came about, and they were married at the end of March. Happily married at the end.
Beautiful. I hope there's a round of applause.
It's worth everything.
Wow.
Rabbi Eisen, Rabbi Shecht, I'll just tell you a program my wife and I started with a number of other families, and it's important just to mention, not because we started it. One of the challenges here is when you have young singles who moved in, young adults who moved from out of town to a big city, whether it's Brooklyn, a big city, it could be any New York City. It could be in Lakewood, it could be in Muncie, it could be in Chicago and Toronto, and for work. And they know one or two families, and we see it countless. I mean, there's hundreds. In Brooklyn itself, there's got to be thousands, and in every big city. And they know one or two families and an uncle, and they keep going to the same few people. And then network of their single friends all know the same people. So we started a program. We would set up families with singles, and the goal was simple. The goal is just to network. When somebody comes to your house, Rabbi Eisen, they meet yourself, your wife, you have an entire network, she has an entire network. And how are we supposed to be able to read shidduchim to people we don't know they exist? And I guarantee you, whoever's watching this, if you live in a big city, anywhere, whether it's in Baltimore, out to LA, across the country, there are singles who live next door to you, down the block. Reach out to them, invite them over, connect with them. And people say, how do you host? It's very simple. You need two things. You need a good meal and a heart. Nothing more. If you serve a good meal and you have a heart, you open up and you'll meet more people, and the network will grow. Okay, moving along.
Rabbi, if I may add one more point to what you just said.
Sure.
You know what? It's crucial that also these particular singles, the boys or the girls, that they take the initiative, as you said. They take the initiative to make sure the boys, it's much easier to belong to a shul, get to know somebody, get to become part of their family. Do that to one family, do that to two families. don't wait. As you said, you started a tremendous initiative, and people are able to choose houses through online. But the singles themselves must take an initiative to learn from that the value of what you accomplished, what you and your wife accomplished, and replicate it as well in their own world, that they should reach out to people. And I know some of them are exhausted, they're mentally exhausted, but as Rabbi Schechter said, you just need to reboot. You need to reboot. You need to say, okay, I'm opening up the world is new now. The nega could be turned into einig.
And if I could just add to that, something my wife taught me, don't go over to somebody and say, call me anytime you need a meal. They're not going to. Invite them over. And we see it by Avram Avinu, by Chnas Archim. When someone comes to your door, would you like something to drink? No, here's the drink. Stick it in their face. Invite them over. They'll come. They're not going to reach out to you. So it's a combination. I agree.
My mother used to say there's an expression in Yiddish, a kranke fragt man, a gesinte get man. If you're a sick person, you ask. A healthy person, you just give.
Very good.